Everyone tells you to protect your peace, raise your standards, know your worth, walk away, and if someone drains you, cut them off. But here is what nobody talks about. Some people are doing exactly that, protecting their peace, and they are ending up completely alone. No close friends, distant from family, wondering why their life feels so quiet, but not in a good way. So today let's talk about what psychology actually says. Because protecting your peace and keeping real connections in your life, those two things are not opposites. Here is how to do both. 1. Difficult does not mean dangerous. Somewhere along the way, the word toxic got attached to almost everyone. A friend who said something hurtful once, a family member who pushes your buttons, a coworker who gets on your nerves. Psychology makes a clear distinction here. A person who occasionally frustrates you is not the same as a person who consistently damages you. Healthy relationships still have friction. That friction, when handled right, is actually what builds trust over time. Before you walk away from someone, ask yourself, is this person harmful or are they just human? 2. Boundaries do more than distance ever will. Avoiding someone feels like protection, but avoidance is temporary. Boundaries are permanent. A boundary is not about keeping people out of your life. It is about deciding how people are allowed to show up in it. You can choose not to answer calls after a certain hour. You can choose not to engage in conversations that go in circles. You can choose how much of yourself you share with certain people. None of this requires cutting anyone off. It just requires being clear with them and with yourself. 3. You are allowed to be unavailable. A lot of stress in relationships comes from one quiet belief that you are responsible for how other people feel. So you answer every message. You show up every time someone needs you. You carry everyone's weight alongside your own. Psychologists call this emotional over-responsibility, and over time it exhausts you completely. Protecting your peace can be as simple as saying, "Not right now, I need this hour for myself." That is not selfishness, that is self-preservation. 4. Not everyone belongs in your inner circle. Think of your relationships like circles around you. The people closest to you, they get your time, your trust, your vulnerability. People further out, they get kindness, but not access. The mistake most people make is they either let everyone in completely or they push everyone out entirely. Psychology suggests a middle path. You do not have to end a relationship just because someone is not safe enough to be your closest confidant. You just adjust how much of yourself you give them. 5. You can care without absorbing. This one is called emotional detachment, and it is one of the most misunderstood ideas in psychology. Detachment does not mean you stop caring. It means you stop letting every person's energy become your energy. Someone criticizes you, you can hear it without internalizing it. Someone is in a bad mood, you can acknowledge it without carrying it home with you. Emotionally stable people are not cold. They are simply not sponges. They observe. They respond when it matters, but they do not absorb. 6. Some people will never change, and that is okay. The deepest source of exhaustion in relationships is often this, hoping someone will eventually become who you need them to be. You keep giving chances, you keep explaining, you keep waiting. But psychology is consistent on this point. People change when they decide to, not when you need them to. Accepting that is not giving up. It is freeing yourself from a weight that was never yours to carry. You stop trying to fix the relationship and start managing your response to it. That shift alone can bring more peace than any amount of cutting people off. Protecting your peace is not about building walls. It is about building awareness of who you are, what you need, and how much of yourself each relationship deserves. The goal is not a quiet, empty life. The goal is a calm, connected one. And that starts with understanding that peace is something you carry inside, not something you create by removing everyone around you.